Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I always say, man, today we got a pretty crazy show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Now, let's get into this topic here. As you guys know, the breaking news story yesterday in the NBA is that the Lakers decided to draft Bronny James at the 55th overall pick. Let me just quickly say this. I personally like Bronny James. I've seen him speak 2 times. The guy just seems really likable. Really, to me. I really like the guy. I like the way he came off. He seems more likable to me than his dad. I'm just being honest with you. Just seems like a very sharp young guy, and I'm happy for him, especially after I saw the video after he got drafted. He seemed very emotional. So congratulations to him. You know, it's a wonderful thing, and I'm happy for him. But in the midst of all of this, there's been this word that's kind of been circulating around the room, and that word is called nepotism, right? Nepotism. And people are saying that Bronny was only selected because of his father, right? This is a real talking point. But then there are other people, and by other people, I'm talking about people at ESPN, that have essentially gone into defense mode to essentially defend the Lakers for drafting Bronny and essentially defending the nepotism that exists in the NBA and saying that, look, this has always been here. So I don't know why we're making it a big deal now. And the ESPN has now gone into defense mode over the Lakers drafting Bronny James. So we want to get into some of the things that was said yesterday on ESPN, I think by Adrian Wojnarowski and Stephen A. Smith. But before we even get into what they had to say, today's video is brought to you by sponsor PrizePicks, which is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. PrizePicks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting 2 entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play Stephen A. Smith and Adrian Wojnarowski defending the Lakers' right to draft Bronny James and also defending the nepotism that exists here. So I want you guys to take a listen to that there, and then we're going to come back and react to their comments. Take a listen to that.
Also, it's a monumental evening. It's the first time we've had a 2-day draft. It's the first time we are now seeing a father-son duo playing in the NBA. Woj, you can best contextualize this. We've never seen something like this. Bronny and LeBron James, teammates in Los Angeles.
Listen, and, Bob talked about this. Bronny James, the way he has worked, the way he has prepared himself, there's never been any sense of entitlement with him. He has never carried himself that way on every team he's been on, whether it was in high school, travel basketball, with the U.S. team last year in the Nike Summit. Only a great teammate. Guys love playing with him, and it says so much about how he was raised, how he sees the game, what he learned from not just his father, being around the NBA game. There are lots of sons and daughters of NBA players who've learned those traits. He's another one. But again, to not just be able to play with LeBron James in the NBA, but to do it while his father is still an all-NBA player. There's nobody left from LeBron James's draft class. They're all gone. And he's still an all-NBA player.
I think one of the important things to bring up is what, what you brought up in regards to the nepotism, because I don't want to hear it either, and I really appreciate and applaud you for bringing it up, because you hear people mumbling about that in the weeks and the days leading up to the draft. It is something that has permeated throughout the NBA for quite some time, okay, and on all levels, and no one has said anything. It's never been an issue that I can remember. I've been covering the NBA for a quarter century. This man has been around just as long, if not longer. Don't talk to me about nepotism being something new. It's been here. Nobody said anything before. Shut the hell up now.
Pretty incredible.
So you heard what they had to say. Here are my thoughts. Why do I think they're defending Bronny James? I think you defend things that you possibly feel, you defend a situation like this, maybe if you feel the person doesn't deserve it. Because if you felt as if the person deserves it, there's nothing to defend. I repeat, the reason I believe people at ESPN are defending the Lakers selecting Bronny James is because they probably believe that he doesn't deserve to be there. Because I don't see the sense in defending a player that is worthy of that roster spot. I don't. Why would you? The work would speak for itself. Their play, their resume would speak for itself. So there's nothing really to defend, right? But I think really that's what's going on here. Let's tackle this topic of nepotism in a broader sense. First of all, does nepotism exist in the NBA? 100%. We can look at the situation with the Milwaukee Bucks. They have Giannis, his brother Thanasis. People crack jokes about it. That's a funny situation. There's something interesting here, and I think there's a distinction that we need to lay bare. It's not nepotism in the case of Bronny and LeBron, because LeBron doesn't own the team. The team is owned by the Buss family, not LeBron James. So what took place here is something a little bit different. Now, did LeBron's presence as a Laker play a role? 100%. But that's not exactly what took place here. Now, in terms of nepotism always being in sports, I think is 100% true, right? I don't think we're breaking any ground here. The ground being broken here is that this is the first time in NBA history having a father, an active father and son, play on the same team together. That's the history that's being made here. That's why Rob Pelinka and them thought that this was an attractive thing, because they're going to be making history. But in the case of what's happening here, I don't think it's nepotism in its conventional sense. To me, look, the Lakers have made a decision. It is their decision. What interests me, however, is the fact that ESPN is so keen on defense. Like, why are y'all so keen? You know, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. ESPN is a LeBron James network, right? And I came across a quote this morning. I don't know if I still have it. It was from Bomani Jones, right? Bomani Jones made some interesting comments on Twitter. He said, "Still can't believe either LeBron thinks this is a good idea. And it's embarrassing. More people in my profession won't call this clown bleep out that it is. But here we are." That's what Bomani Jones had to say. So Bomani Jones basically feels like there are a lot of people in sports media that are refusing to actually call the situation for what it is. And they're going under the guise of, oh, well, it happens to everyone, instead of addressing it for what it is. Like, maybe he really doesn't deserve that spot. That's the elephant in the room that no one really wants to contend with. So look, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think about the job ESPN is doing? Do you think they're being fair about their coverage about Bronny James being drafted by the Lakers, or do you think they're doing everything in their power to defend the Lakers' decision to draft Bronny James? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.